Hi everyone, Marco Schwartz here. In this video, I want to tell you about how to create a very basic flow using aREST. So flows is a feature that we introduced in 2020 to really allow you to quickly automate interactions between your devices that are connected to the aREST dashboard and also with some other services like push notifications, like sending emails based on the actions or variables of your devices. So in this simple example, I want to show you a very simple case where we'll have an ESP8266 board that is basically sending some measurements to the aREST cloud. So what we'll do is make aREST using flows, send a push notification to your phone whenever, let's say, this variable reaches a certain threshold. So we'll do that. It's a very simple flow and we'll do all of it within aREST. So what I will do now is just switch over to the computer. I will show you what I will do to build this flow, and we'll also show you the flow in action at the end of the video. All right, so we are now on my account on the aREST dashboard, and I want to show you how to use flows. So we have one device connected. That's an ESP chip that is right here on my desk. It has just one LED connected to it. Nothing special, we'll not even use it in this example, because let's have a look at the code. So here in the code of this ESP chip, that's example code that you can find whenever you install the aREST library. You can see that it publishes on the feed called temperature every 5 seconds the value 10. Okay, so that's not anything complicated, it just publishes the same value every 5 seconds. We can actually check that because that's quite important here for our flows. We'll just go in events here, and you can see that even a few seconds ago it published this data with the value 10. So again, this is not a tutorial about how to set up your device. I invite you to check the aREST website at aREST.io or other videos on the YouTube channel of aREST to get some help if you need help connecting your device to the aREST cloud. So before we start with flows, because we want to actually send push notifications, we'll use a service called pushover. So I put this integration here, so you have to do it in your account in case it's not set yet. Pushover, if you don't know it, is just a simple service. It's completely free if you want to use it on, for example, Android or iOS, just to receive push notifications from an API like the aREST uses, for example. So in this case, I will show you notifications using the desktop version of pushover. But that's just because I'm recording my desktop here, and I would definitely use the mobile app if I wanted to have a real application. So here I will go back to my integrations here, and I will go to flows, which I will use to create this basic example here. So what we want to do is listen to basically the measurements made by the board. So on the feed temperature, and whenever it will cross a given threshold, we want to receive a push notification. So what we'll do is add a new flow. We'll call it test flow. It will be on by default, and we only trigger it because it will measure temperature, right? But in our case, the temperature is always 10, right? So we don't want to receive like a push notification every 5 seconds, right? So we'll do it just every minute, just to make sure we don't get too many of those notifications. So now our flow is created, and of course there's absolutely nothing in it, so we'll add basically 2 steps. First step will be the trigger, so meaning what will actually trigger the first step of this flow, and then an action which will be here, send a message via pushover. So we'll add a step. It will be a trigger on a variable. I have only this device here. Variable will be temperature, and it will be greater than, let's say, 5, because we always send 10, so 5 will do the trick. We treat it here, I put it here. So you can see that flows are completely graphical, so you don't have to set any code to actually make them work. I will just add a step here, and this will be an action, let's say push notification. So here I will have as a title, I will just put it works, and that will be my message. And I will create this step. So now you can see we have a very simple flow here. So now we should actually see very soon a notification gets sent via pushover because the trigger will be activated by the board doing some measurements. So as you can see, we just got a notification right here that it works, and that is the message that we said before. So you can see that those flows are working, and it was very easy to actually set it up to trigger a push notification whenever the variable measured by the device went above a given value. So this was just a simple video to show you how easy it is to actually use flows within aREST. So I really invite you to just try it out. If you don't have an account yet, it's completely for free to open an account on the cloud of aREST. And I really can't wait to see what you actually create with flows. Okay, so that's it about this video where I showed you how to create a simple flow using aREST. I really hope it was useful for you and that it will allow you to create more advanced flows using aREST and really create some nice automations and communication between your devices. So of course, if you have any questions about the content of this video, make sure to leave a comment just below the video. That being said, thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.